This is some Halloween yarn that I was not expecting to get my hands on this year. I thought it was done in the grave, never to be seen again, but I was able to get a sweater weather amount in both of the colors that I really, really love. So we have some great crochet tea to chat about today, which means we need to get our Halloween binder out. We're gonna make another tea recipe together. So flip through all the way back to the cooking section. There's our front page. We'll go to the recipe card portion of your zine, print out an empty copy of that. So we have the one that's already filled from last week. Then we have this one right next to it. Print this one out. Make sure you grab your Halloween pen. We're going to be making a minty kiss of death. Ingredients that we're going to need: 8 ounces of boiled water, 1 tablespoon of the Muse Brews Black Dragon Pearl, half of a fresh lemon, 8 mint leaves, and 1 teaspoon of monk fruit. We're going to boil the tea for 3 minutes, and then in a separate container, put the lemon juice, the mints, the monk fruit, mix it up really well. Then once the tea is finished steeping, pour that mixture over the top of it. And if you want to add some more for garnish when it comes to the mint, feel free to do so. I ended up doing that with mine. They've all kind of sunk to the bottom now because my garden is just overfilling with them. So a lot of mint is going to be used this week here in the Yarn Dungeon. By now, you have probably heard some sort of variation of the Joann Fabric saga, so I am not going to bore you by going through all of the details, but here's basically what we know. Joann Fabric no longer exists. That company is done. They had a liquidation sale. All of the stores are officially closed, which left us with questions like, what's going to happen to the fabric lines, the pattern line, the big twist line? What is going to happen with these things? Are they just gone forever? On their Instagram page, they had a post, and it had a basket of Joann and a basket of Michael's. All of the things in the Joann basket started to fall into the Michael basket. Your favorites are coming soon to Michael's. Something is happening with that, but it doesn't really help in the near future because I was really concerned with the Halloween colorways of Big Twist. Am I going to ever see it again, or is that just completely done? At this moment in time, Herrschners has Big Twist yarn. Not only just the solid colorways, but the variegated yarn and the Halloween yarn. They have almost all of the colorways that we saw last year right this very second. And I'm saying that because they will not be restocking. What they have is what they have. So if you want something like a sweater or a cardigan, definitely grab what you need and maybe one extra just to be on the safe side. And that's what I did with my 2 favorite colorways. I now have Witch's Brew again. It's odd how this feels nostalgic already. These ones are a little bit smaller than the solid colors that they have, so make sure you pay attention to that. This is 269 yards. Oh, you know what? I should have put on my cardigan that I made last year. Hold on. Now you can fully see what this colorway looks like all worked up. So I did a couple of granny squares. It is cropped because I knew I wanted to wear it for Halloween home decor hunting. And like, this is very, very warm already. This whole part is just a half double crochet, I think. Super spooky, witchy. It's a type of yarn that you can throw it in the wash and the dryer if you want. It holds up really well. I don't throw mine in the dryer just because I have an area to lay it flat to dry. So I do that to keep it as nice as possible without it getting pileated or anything. I haven't had to clean it up or anything. It's a really fun yarn to use too. It doesn't squeak. It plays well with any of the crochet hooks that I have. Really leaning towards another cardigan. I'm gonna be super honest. Not a granny square one, do a fishnet cardigan with this colorway because I haven't done that yet. And I do have plenty. I got enough to make a full length cardigan if I wanted to. Or should I do like a sweater with a hood? That also sounds super cozy. I wouldn't be able to wear that right now, but by the time I was finished with it, it'd be October. We'd see some pumpkins. I could have that all nice and cozy. Oh, and I can make it like a witchy hood. Okay, I'm throwing out 2 options. Fishnet cardigan, about mid-range, sweater with a witchy hood. 2 different options. Which one do you want to see to come out of the Yarn Dungeon? So this was the first colorway that I got. The second one is Spooky Season. The witchy purple, the gray, the black, the burnt orange. So these are my 2 that I went with. Same thing stands. Sweater with a hood, full length fishnet cardigan. Which one do we want to see out of these colors? So we have Big Twist Value, the Big Twist pound plus yarn. That is also there. Yeah. So make sure you take a little time and scroll through everything. There's a lot of stuff that I wasn't expecting to be there. Also, the Heather Big Twist, another one that I like for the winter solstice season. And we have some of their cakes. The Big Twist Supernova, we have a lot of colors. We have the Andromeda, we have the Mars Landing. That was my favorite one right there. I made so many scarves from this last year. 20% wool, #2 fine weight yarn. I might have to put that in my cart. The Whirlpool Galaxy, I also really like that one. Maybe I should switch, grab a different color here. They're on sale right now for $7.99. And then the Big Twist Twinkle Yarn, but it's $6.49 per skein of yarn. Scroll all the way through. We have the Cherry Mix, which I really, really loved. Also, the Vamp Ombre. I must have just walked past that and didn't even pay attention because I would like to order that one. And I might have to do that right after this. Witch's Potion is still available, which is this. There's black and there's also brown in it, which I didn't think I was going to like it in person. But I really, really do. So all of them are on the same page. You just go through what colorway and click the number that you want. And then all the way at the bottom, click add to cart. They also have this Mystic Mermaid. That would be another cool one to do something for Halloween with, especially if you're going to be a mermaid. Add a little bit of crochet to your costume. Highly suggest checking it out today. Like if you paused this video and went and checked it out right now, I wouldn't even hold it against you because this stuff, like I said, whatever they got, it is going to be gone. Once it's gone, that's it forever. Herrschners will only have it this round. It's just exciting that we get to experience it again. And if you didn't get to see them in stores, because I know a lot of the Joann Fabric store didn't ever have the Halloween colorway, even with the ones that were around me. Some stores I would go to and they would have all of the colorways. Other stores, they didn't have them at all for the entire season. So what am I making with this one? Because I want to start working it up tonight. If you follow me on my Instagram, it's going to be in my stories right now. Help me figure out what I need to make with it. Next up on our news, we have a little bit from Muse 2320. On their site right now, they have officially posted their poster for the Great Sweater Weather Get Together. This is a free event that happens Sunday, August 31st, and it's the second time that they've hosted it. So last year was the first time, and that is where I purchased my electric spinning wheel, which is kind of fun having that as a timestamp, being like, okay, I've come pretty far. I officially have a spot in my yarn dungeon. I'm spinning a little bit every day now. Ever since the Tour de Fleece, I've really been doing that. Like every morning or evening, it doesn't really matter. Just some time of day, I see it and I'm like, you know what? I've got time. Sit down, spin a little bit. So I definitely will be bringing my spinning wheel because there's a lot of things happening. So it says cast off summer with so many different makers are there. If you go to the site, click on there, take a screenshot so you remember all of the makers that are going to be there. The Yarn Adventure Truck, that's where I purchased my spinning wheel from. We have a market happening from noon to 5, Spinner's Circle 3 to 5, which is why I'm definitely bringing my spinning wheel, and Brew and Make with You from 5 to 7. So that is at Spiral Brewery, which is right next door to Muse 2320. So come hang out at Muse 2320, have a good time, look at all the good yarn, think of the amazing sweaters that you want to make for fall. Also, Get Ben's Farm is going to be there. So if you need to get some fiber for spinning, there's going to be some amazing stuff there. And then just pop on over to the brewery. We'll all be over there crocheting, spinning, knitting, felting, like all of the things. It doesn't really matter. We're just there to celebrate the end of summer and start our fall makes. This is a free event. There's no registration, no tickets that you need. Just pop on down to Hastings, Minnesota, August 31st on a Sunday again. Hang out all day if you want to, or pick and choose when you want to be there. What's really nice about it is that there's other spinners there. So if I have questions or concerns of my machine or something, there's people there that I can ask. A lot of them have been spinning much, much longer than I have, but I do want to get started on a crochet sweater. So I think what I'm going to do, and I'm going to write it in my Halloween planner, 3 to 5, do some spinning, and 5 to 7, start a new crochet sweater. The page with all the movies, we have the section for August. Feel free to use this as a calendar as well. Obviously, as it gets closer, whenever the week of the 31st is, I'm gonna write it on the bottom and then I'm gonna really like kind of plan everything out there. It's the end of summer, August 31st, right there. We're moving into fall. September screams haunted houses. Pumpkins are gonna start to get ripe. We're gonna start to see some corn maze. Like things are happening. I'm really gonna use these last couple of weeks in August to get some of my crochet pieces done like this, like this is totally random. I did not have this planned at all, but I would like to finish it or at least get it partway done before October. Now we need to move on to our crochet along where we're making the Haunted Video Store crochet blanket. We have 4 more rows to work up tonight for the second square, and the movie we're watching is How to Kill Monsters. Such an over-the-top horror comedy movie. The monsters look like humans wearing monster costumes. It is just such a fun horror comedy movie. If you want to have a good laugh tonight, throw this on as you're working up a little bit of the blanket. If this is not what you're watching, let me know what you're putting on as you're working up a little bit of the crochet blanket. And if it didn't make it to my 100 Nights of Fiber Fright list, I do have a Ghoul Squad suggested list now. You're up to 21 movies that I would like to watch. I'm going to keep building it. It's not going to stop. I love crocheting to horror movies, so keep them coming. That is all. So thanks for hanging out with me in the yarn dungeon, having a little tea together. Have a super spooky rest of your night, and I will see you in my next video.